We are back in live. So, yan. So, apology po apology for the technical problem. Nagkaroon lang po ng konting problema. But I think we are now back in our YouTube live. Okay, and I hope so we have again, pwede na po pumasok yung ating mga viewers, so yung mga kasamahan nyo na baka nawala, so please inform them that we are already live in YouTube. Okay, so again, you can still access our webinar for today. Okay. Sige, let's still wait. Sayang kasi yung ating lecture. Maganda pa naman yung lectures natin for today. So, let's still wait for others to come back sa ating YouTube live. Okay, so can we see first yung ating pong mga company, kung sino ba yung ating mga kasama for today? So, sabi ng isa, sabi ni Sir Del, we're back. So, salamat po sa paghihintay. And thank you for informing us, okay, about dun sa ating live. So, sabi ni Sir kanina, Sir John Vincent, sabi niya may tanong, paano daw po kumuha ng certificate? Okay, so again, just to remind everyone that we will have the evaluation link after the session, and then you just have to scan or answer the evaluation. Just make sure po that when you answer the evaluation, you will use your correct email address so that you will be able to receive the certificate. Okay? So, mamaya po yung ating evaluation, Sir, sino to? Si Sir John Vincent Gaita. And then we have Bright Caps, si Sir Ken from the Bright Caps Corporation. So, from the LLCC din, meron tayo. So, good morning po sa inyo from the Aces Polytechnic College in Panabo City, Park Inn. Okay, so we also have our viewers from there. So, Seven Dragons Team. So, good morning po sa inyo. Sabi ni Sir Kerentano. Very informative. Kaya nga po, hintayin lang natin bumalik po yung ating ibang mga live viewers. Kasi sayang talaga yung ating topic for today. Yung ating lecture. Napaka-interesting po na ating topic. Especially if you are in the manufacturing company. Very, very helpful and interesting po. So, let's just wait for them. So, nagkaroon lang po ng konting technical problem kanina. Kaya po tayo ay nawala sa live. Dahil alam natin, pumasok sa yung bagyo. So, hopefully po, lahat tayo ay safe. Wala pong, although wala pa naman pong masyadong ulan. So, ngayon po dito sa Manila, we already experiencing yung hangin. But hopefully, the live will still continue and up till the end of this session. So, we also have from the Oro Resources Incorporated from Lapu-Lapu, Cebu. So, good morning po sa inyo. Sino pa? Ayan. So, good morning. Good morning po. Good morning po sa ating lahat. So, welcome po back po ulit sa ating live. Okay, so salamat po salamat po sa ating mga live viewers from our YouTube live. So also, a pleasant morning po sa ating mga viewers from the Mary Grace Food Incorporation, Bright Cups Incorporated. So, good morning po sa inyo. So, special mention sa inyo, ano. So, kahapon sila yung I think, mula sa kanila. Okay, so again, special mention sa ating taga mga Mercury. Sila yung, I think sila yung nanalo kahapon sa ating Kahoot game. Napakatutok nila kahapon. So hopefully until today po, nakatutok pa rin sila. So now, yung pong naputol na slides kanina with the interruption of our live. So we will just upload it in our YouTube account so you can access it. Para naman hindi masayang yung hindi nyo napakinggan po kanina dun sa ating speaker. So, moving forward. Okay, so moving forward to our next speaker. So, actually, we already finished our 2 major speakers for today. And still, sabi ko nga, sana you still hunger for more about QA and QC through sensory evaluation in the food industry. So, because okay, so we will have our first panel of a reactor for today, which is Mr. Herson Acosta. Also a major speaker, yesterday on traceability and recall system session. He has over 19 years of experience in manufacturing, currently working as production office under Max Bake Shop Incorporated. And our second panel of reactor, Ms. Nerissa S. Baldemore, major speaker yesterday on food safety culture with over 20 years of experience in the food industry, currently leading and empowering the Mary Grace Food Incorporated. And together, Mr. Acosta and Ms. Baldemore will bring their vast experience in the food industry. And they will help us understand how QA and QC and sensory evaluation can work together to create better products and safer food systems through their own practices and experiences with their respective company, Max Bake Shop Incorporated and Mary Grace Food Incorporated. So each panel of reactants will discuss how they use sensory evaluation and quality assurance and quality control in delivering quality and safe food products for their consumers. So again, sa ating mga YouTube live viewers, are your senses ready to see, hear, and learn more? So all eyes and ears as Sir Herson and Ma'am Nerissa delivered their topic entitled Strengthening QA and QC through Sensory Evaluation in the Food Industry. So Sir Herson, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ma'am She, for that kind introduction. And thank you, Ma'am Tina and Sir Noriel, for your insightful presentations. We have just learned from Ma'am Tina about the vital role of quality assurance and quality control in the food industry, ensuring safety, compliance, and consistency in every product. With the presentation of Sir Noriel, we also explored sensory evaluation with focuses on what customers actually experience, the taste, the aroma, texture, and the appearance of food. Now we will bring these two together. This is where my discussion comes in. Strengthening QA and QC through sensory evaluation in the bakery industry. I will show how these two aspects complement each other, how QA and QC provides the foundation for safety and consistency, while sensory evaluation ensures that our breads, cakes, and pastries meets customer expectation and build lasting trust. Good morning, everyone. My name is Herson Acosta, currently working as a production officer in a bakery commissary. For almost 13 years, I have been directly involved in bread, cake, and pastry production, from dough mixing, premix preparation, up to supervising daily operations. Today, I will share how we can strengthen quality assurance and quality control through sensory evaluation with a focus on bakery settings. We all know that in bakeries, numbers and measurements matter. But at the end of the day, what truly connects with our customers is how the product looks, smells, feels, and tastes. In the bakery commissary, QA and QC is our safety net. It ensures we comply with the standards, food safety regulations, and that every batch is consistent. But quality is more than just compliance. It's holistic. This is where sensor evaluation comes in. While our instruments can measure weight and moisture, it's our human senses that tells us if the caramel bar is too chewy, or if the merengue has the right crispness, or if the butter icing has the right smoothness. In my work, I have seen that when QA and QC and sensor evaluation go hand in hand, we don't just produce safe food, we produce food that customers will love. So in our commissary, we wait with time and we check microbial counts. But our customers don't experience that food that way. They don't say, "Oh, this bread has a 12% moisture." What they notice is this bread is too dry, or this cake doesn't taste fresh. That's why sensor evaluation is the perfect complement to QA and QC. It adds the human perspective. In my team, we always check not just the numbers, but we also check the sensor evaluation. Does the bread smell fresh? Or does the caramel bar have the right bite? Or does the butter icing have the right mouthfeel? This small check make the big difference in customer satisfaction. One of the biggest challenges in the large-scale bakery production is consistency. Customers expect that when they buy a caramel bar today or next week, it should taste exactly the same. Our QA and QC help us control weights, baking times, and temperature. But sensor evaluation ensures uniform color, aroma, sweetness, and softness. In my role, I always remind my team it's not enough the bread weighs 50 grams. It should also smell and taste like the same bread our customers fell in love with. As a bakery officer, I've seen how early detections save us from big problems. QA and QC can catch underweight products, mislabeling, or possible contamination, but it's the sensor evaluation that can catch things the instruments miss. For example, burn notes in cake layers, or a rancid smell in butter icing, or a caramel bar that feels rubbery instead of being chewy. These sensory checks often prevent defective products from reaching our customers. Sometimes, just one off-tasting batch can affect customer trust, and that's something we must protect at all costs. Now we will dive the application of sensory evaluation in bakery QA and QC. First, we can apply a sensor evaluation in new product development. Whenever we launch new breads or new cakes, just like our caramel bouquet, which we launched last Mother's Day, sensor evaluation help us test if the product really meets customers' expectations. Second, in shelf life monitoring, sensory evaluation tells us if the bread starts tasting stale after 2 days, or if the butter icing loses smoothness after 3 days. Third will be in process control. For example, adjusting mixing times, baking temperatures, or cooling methods based on sensory results. And lastly, through consumer preference panels. These panels guide us if a product is ready for market or if adjustments are still needed. Here are the benefits of sensor evaluation for bakery production. Number one, sensory evaluation strengthens Q and Qs in many ways. First, it ensures consistent taste and textures across outlets, so customers feel the same experience everywhere. Second, it reduces customer complaints and minimizes product waste because we detect defects early. And lastly, it provides actionable feedback to improve our baking process. In my experience, the more we integrate sensor evaluation, the less rework and rejects we have, and the more satisfied our customer are. So in conclusion, to wrap up the discussion before we close, let's look at the key points. QA and QC is about safety and compliance. In the bakery commissary, it means making sure our breads, cakes, and pastries are baked at the right temperature, labeled correctly, free from contamination, and compliance with food safety standards. Without this foundation, we risk not just defects, but also the trust of our customers. Also, sensory is about customers' acceptance. At the end of the day, customers don't talk about water activity or baking yield. They talk about how soft the bread is, or how rich the cake tastes, or how fresh the pastry smells. Sensory evaluation bridges the gap between technical compliance and customer satisfaction. Together, they make quality management stronger. QA and QC tell us the product is safe and consistent, while sensory evaluation tell us it is enjoyable and worth buying again. When we combine these two, QA and QC and sensory evaluation, we don't just pass standards, we create products that customers trust and love. This is the balance we aim for every day in our bakery production: scientific accuracy plus the human experience. And in closing, as a production officer, I always believe that our work goes beyond baking. Every loaf of bread, every caramel bar, every cake we produce carries the trust of our customers. By combining QA and QC with sensory evaluation, we protect the trust. We don't just deliver products, we deliver consistent, safe, and enjoyable food experience. Let me leave you with this thought. Quality is not only measured, it is experienced. So once again, thank you for listening, and let's enjoy the rest of the day. Back to you, Ms. She.
Thank you, Mr. Herson, okay, or Sir Herson, for that discussion. Okay, so for our, I think by this time, you might have already questions on your mind, but hold it still as we go down to our last speaker for this morning session. Our second panel of reactant, Ma'am Nerissa S. Valdemore. So all ears to Ma'am Nerissa.
Thank you very much, She, and thank you very much, Mr. Herson, for that wonderful insight on why sensory matters in QA and QC roles. So can we give She and Herson a virtual clap, please, everyone? Thank you, and good morning to all our amazing participants, students, educators, researchers, and professionals across the academic and food industry sectors. We are so glad that you have accompanied us in this two-day webinar, and we truly appreciate your time and curiosity to learn more. As the last speaker, allow me to add more insights on the strengthening QC and QA roles through sensory evaluation in the food industry. So, marrying the previous topics discussed by Tina and Noriel, I'll be diving more on the importance of sensory evaluation for QC and QA roles, and how sensory evaluation strengthens or even equips their roles in manufacturing. So, the following are my topic outlines. As shown, I'll be discussing more on the importance of sensory evaluation for QA and QC roles in manufacturing operations, how sensory evaluation strengthen QA and QC roles, and how can we benefit as a business, and the interconnection of QA and QC roles in the manufacturing industry. Next. So to begin with, sensory evaluation is crucial for quality assurance and quality control roles because it enables professionals to objectively assess product characteristics like taste, smell, texture, and appearance, as mentioned by the previous speaker, Mr. Noriel, no? So here are the importance of sensory evaluation. Sensory evaluations enable QA and QC roles by ensuring consistency. In Mary Grace, quality and consistency of hot meals and bakery products are very important. This builds trust and loyalty from our guests and customers. The same way, meeting consumer expectations by ensuring that we have given the same positive experience every time you bought or a piece of cake or dine in at Mary Grace cafes. No? And also sensory evaluations identify issues before products reach the market. Early detection often points to underlying production or supply chain problems. Fixing this improves overall efficiencies and, of course, reduces waste. So, how does sensory evaluation strengthen QA and QC roles in a manufacturing? So, in Mary Grace, detection, or even across all manufacturing, detection of any deviation is key. Sensory evaluation plays a vital role by identifying changes in taste, aroma, texture, and appearance, not just before products reach the customers, but more importantly, before a full-scale production begins. So for example, if you're sinong may favorite ng Mango Bene ng Mary Grace? Yan. The sensory evaluation can help detect variations in sweetness or sourness of delivered mangoes. Even if the mangoes appear similar in color, its taste profiles may vary significantly. By assessing these sensory attributes during quality control checks during receiving, we can ensure that only mangoes meeting the desired taste or standards are used. So how do we benefit as a company? Detection before full-scale production prevents mass defects or reduces waste and of course saves costs and allows early process improvement. The next correction. By applying corrections or correcting issues in real time, ultimately helps prevent the production of large batches of defective products, saving us time and valuable resources, manpower, ingredients. For example, in caramel sauce production, the color can indicate whether the sauce has been cooked sufficiently or not. A lighter color may signal undercooking, while an overly dark color could mean it's been overcooked. Sensory evaluation in this case enables QC personnel or even line operators to make immediate adjustments to cooking time or temperature, ensuring that final products meet quality standards before production continues. And how we benefit as a company in real-time corrections, it prevents escalations of defects, improves consistency, and reduces downtime. So on the process, if the process, once the process has been corrected or brought back within the normal operating conditions, here comes in the quality assurance personnel. They verify that the validated process control, next, process controls are working effectively. So these verifications can be done through sensory evaluation of representative samples or product retentions, ensuring that quality has been restored and maintained, which may also initiate corrective actions in the long run. So validating or validation and implementing corrective actions through sensory evaluation checks help confirm whether a validated process controls are working effectively. So from raw materials to processing conditions and even storage methods, for example, in our soft bread production, sensory attributes like color, texture, or aroma serves as indicators that proofing or even baking parameters have been properly followed. Any deviations in these attributes can signal issues in time, temperature, or even ingredient handling, allowing root cause analysis and implementing corrective actions to troubleshoot and maintain product quality and consistency. How we benefit as a company, validation and corrective actions ensures reliability, meeting regulatory standards and established product quality and standards, and improves root cause handling in the long run. Then eventually, this validation and corrective actions open opportunities for continuous improvement. This supports product development, and through sensory feedbacks from QA and QC helps R&D team improve or refine products, aligning them more closely with consumer preferences. While in our laboratory confirm product safety or chemical properties like moisture, for example, sensory evaluation reflects the actual customer experience as mentioned by Herson, no? Like the texture, mouthfeel, making it a vital tool in delivering products that meet market or guest or customer expectations. How we benefit as a company, continuous improvement drives innovation, increases efficiency, and builds long-term consumer trust. To summarize these roles, as Miss Tina discussed earlier, the QA and QC gap should be closed. So let us now connect these roles and let's see how they are interconnected and how they complement each other through early detections, smoother or real-time connections, or even validation that makes continuous improvement more effective. So together, they form the backbone of a robust quality management system that promotes reliability, efficiency, and long-term success in production or manufacturing operations. This collaborative approach between QA and QC not only ensures consistent product quality, but also contributes to the organization's continuous improvement efforts. These efforts are often in partnership with R&D, production, and other departments, especially when deviation in sensory properties reveal opportunities to refine existing processes or develop more robust control. As mentioned by Sir Noriel, in different applications of sensory evaluation applies to different areas like research, product development, and production. So while this illustration may or may not be the same exact structure or responsibilities across other organizations, here's how this process is being tailored to Mary Grace manufacturing operations. Yun. QC roles are not limited to designated individuals under the QA department. In many steps of the production processes, QC responsibilities are embedded within the roles of process owners, such as operators or line leaders, empowering them to detect and correct deviations in real time. While validation and initiating corrective actions as part of QA verification activities is performed in collaboration with the R&D technology group. This is critical as R&D originally established the process parameters during the commercialization phase of the new products. And lastly, QA contributes significantly to continuous improvement, working closely with R&D not only in validation but also in ideation and process optimization, ensuring that the product quality evolves alongside the consumer expectations and operational capabilities. So as a conclusion, sensory evaluation is crucial for quality assurance and quality control roles to ensure product consistency, identify quality deviations before they reach consumers, and objectively benefit businesses. They are interconnected and should cross-functionally work with other departments. So if you would like to know more or if this topic interests you, you may refer to the following references that I used in this topic. And to end my presentation, I would say that from Frederick Nietzsche, all credibility, all good conscience, all evidence of truth come only from the senses. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ma'am Nelly, for that discussions. Okay. on how you do it with Mary Grace, with Mary Grace Food Incorporated. So there you have it, the application of how QA and QC together with sensory evaluation can deliver us consumers not only safe but also quality that we all love as available in the market. But as of this time, before we go to the open forum session, so we will go back, okay, or we will hear again the presentation of Sir Noriel on the characteristics and role of sensory testing in the food industry. So since nagkaroon po tayo ng konting technical difficulties kanina or problem that ganun talaga po pag live meron nagkakaroon ng konting problema minsan. Hindi natin siya mapo-foresee. But because again, sabi nga natin, sayang yung knowledge, sayang yung information that we should have learned from Sir Noriel's topic. So Sir Noriel again will deliver his presentation on saan siya naputol kanina. I think sabi nung ating mga viewers, it stopped at the slide 9. Okay? So let's all again welcome Sir Noriel Soriano for his topic, characteristic and role of sensory testing in the food industry. Sir Noriel, your floors.
Thank you, Ma'am She. So, yun nga po, no, kanina we had a technical glitch dito po sa ating location. So, I will be continuing my presentation on the slide number 9, no? Tama po ba? Slide number 9. So, just a recap, no, on the sensory attributes. So, as what we have said earlier, so these are characteristics of a food products that we perceive, no, through the senses of sight, smell, taste, touch, and even hearing, no? So, these sensory attributes are very important because they form as the basis of how consumers judge food quality, the acceptability, as well as the preferences. So for slide number 9, this is for the sense of odor, no? So odor are detected when the volatile compounds enter the nasal passage, no? So we differentiate between odors and aroma when odor which is perceived when the food is sniffed with the mouth closed, no? While aroma, which is perceived with the mouth open. So this is allowing the volatile matter to reach the nasal cavity. So this is why, no, aroma plays a very important role in flavor, no? Just think of how bland food seems when we have a stuffy nose, no? So that's it. Then moving on the sense of taste, no? So taste perceptions come from the non-volatile substances, no? Mostly through the taste or the taste buds, no? So we recognize for basic taste we have sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. While the fifth taste, we call it as the umami. So this is the savory taste which is linked to glutamate, no? But taste does not define flavor, no? So flavor, this is a combination of aromatics, taste, and chemical feelings. Example of this are astringency in unripe bananas, the spiciness in chili, the cooling of menthol, or even a metallic aftertaste. So we also have mouthfeel, no? So this describes as how food is physically perceived, no, in the mouth. So we can either determine the mouthfeel through the viscosity, consistency, and the overall texture of the food. Then we have the sense of touch, no? So sense of touch plays a very important role in texture perception. So texture is not only felt by touch, but it also influences the sight and even hearing, no? So think of the crispiness of a fried chicken. So it's both felt and heard, no, enhancing the eating experience. So finally, we have the sense of noise. No, so yes, even the sound is part of the sensory evaluation. No, so that, like for example, the crunch of a potato chip, no, the fizz of the soda, or the crackle of the freshly baked bread. So all of this contributes to the sensory impression. No, so sounds help us assess the quality, like the freshness and the staleness of the food product. So for instance, no, a stale chip sounds dull and flat, while a fresh or a fresh one will give us a sharp or a crisp crunch. No, so up to this point, we've talked already about the sensory attributes. Now let's move on into the next important concept, which is the factors, no, affecting the sensory measurement. So starting with the individual differences. So it is very important to remember that not all people perceive food in exactly the same way. So each of us has a unique sensory thresholds. No, we have unique sensory preferences as well as sensitivity. So these individual differences can greatly affect the result of sensory evaluation. So each person is unique, no, with their physical characteristics, and hence each person would perceive a certain sensory characteristics differently, whether that differences is small or very large. No, so a good example would be the taste perception. So super tasting abilities are also common in women than men. No, so as we have said, no, 43%, no, women have a 43% more cells compared with men, no, so they generally have a higher sensitivity also, no, to various odors and higher level of acuity to some substances. So in addition to that, no, 1 in 10 men also suffer from color blindness. So furthermore, studies also shows that age affects cognitive ability and sensory sensitivity. So example, the taste sensitivity decreases as we ages, no? So as an individual ages, sensory receptors also age and change their functions ability, no? So elderly individuals also display declined in cognitive performance and reduction of memory capacity that slows down their decision-making process. So on top of the physical characteristics of a person, there are also factors of personality and attitude. So personality, this refers to the combination of a person inherent qualities, while the attitude, this refers to the way how we think, no, how we feel or behavior towards a specific person or things, no, and it is affected by our own personality. So attitude towards food is a big factor in sensory evaluation. So if, like for example, if a panelist dislike, no, the food sample presented, so it will affect their perception and judgment of the samples presented. So simple preferences towards a specific kind of food, such as individual preferring dessert like sweet foods over savory food items, or a vegan, no, having a strong opinion against food items from the animal source. So these are taken into consideration when measuring the sensory perception. So similarly, no, for vegan individual, most likely not they will not most likely will participate in the sensory evaluation because they tend to eat food that are that the food are coming from the plants, so as a that the food items are coming from the plant source, no. Then for the cognitive or attitude, no, so these are person with understanding of nutrition information, no, which are conscious on healthy food choices, no, like for example for fruits and vegetables. Then furthermore, individuals also connect food to their cultural identity. So culture and religion beliefs are shared that perceptions and exclude specific food items, no, like for example our our Muslim brothers and sisters, so they tend to eat halal foods, no, because of the non-presence of pork derivatives, no. So that's it. Then we have also the physical and health condition of the panel members, wherein we need to consider, or we need to take it into account, no? So it is necessary that the sensory panelists be physically and psychologically healthy and not suffering from certain diseases or conditions that will inhibit their ability to discriminate the food color, the taste, the texture, as well as the odor, no? So screening also is very essential, which usually done to check if the individuals are suffering from color blindness, no, anosmia, or geisha, no, allergies, or the use of medications which causes sensory loss as well as sensory dysfunction. So we've already discussed the role of the individual differences in the sensory measurements. Now let's look at the another important influence, no, which is the psychological factors. So psychological factors often, no, introduce through these different types of errors, no, in sensory evaluation. So these errors don't come from the food itself, no, but from the way panelists, no, think, how panelists feel, and how panelists respond, no, during the test. So let's go through the different common types of this error. So we have expectation errors. So expectation errors happen when a panelist's judgment is influenced by a preconceived ideas. Example, no, if a juice is brighter in color, so people may expect it to taste sweeter even if it doesn't, no? Then we also have habitual error, no? When a repeated exposure of sample causes the panelists to become less sensitive or attentive, no, leading to inaccurate results. We also have suggestion and distribution error. So this occurs when a panelist associates certain attributes with the others, no? So for example, assuming that darker bread will always have a strong taste, no? Then we also have order error. So when the sequence of the food samples affects judgments, no? So the first or the last sample tasted may be rated higher just because of its position, no? Then we also have halo effect error, when a single positive or negative attributes influence judgment of the other attributes. So for example, if a product smells good, so the panelists might automatically give it a higher score for taste, no? Then we also have contrast effect error, the central tendency error, and lastly for the lack of motivation. So lack of motivation usually happens when a panelists are not fully engaged, no, or interested at all. So the responses may not reflect their real perception about the food. Okay, so as we wrap up our discussion on the characteristics and role of sensory testing in the food industry, let us remember that sensory evaluation is more than just tasting food, no? So it is a scientific tool that connects consumers' perception with product development, quality control and quality assurance, production, as well as the market success. So my advice to those working in the food industry, so never underestimate the power of our senses. So a product may be safe and nutritious, but if it does not look appealing, smell inviting, or taste satisfying, consumer will not choose it. So invest in testing or sensory testing, not only as a research method, but a strategic decision-making tool, no? So train your panelists well, design your test carefully and always listen to consumers' feedback. No? So by doing so, you will not only create a food products that are high in quality and safety, but also product that truly delights the senses and win the consumer's trust. So I think that's the last slides. No, so I have listed here all my references. You may consider this as your references too, and I hope everything was discussed clearly. So thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias y vaya con Dios.
Okay, thank you again, Sir Noriel, for that very informative discussion on the important role of sensory evaluation in the food industry. So we have seen and learned the different senses and its function on sensory evaluation, as well as the factors affecting sensory measurement and perception. So again, thank you for all our speakers, okay, for today. So we are now about to start our open forum for this session. Ano? So dun sa ating mga live viewers from our YouTube and sa mga participants natin in the Zoom, so you can type your questions on our chat box, both in the Zoom meeting and in the YouTube live. And make sure to address as many questions as time permits. But let's dive right into the question and answer, okay? So, can I invite all our speakers, our major speakers, si Ma'am Tina and Sir Noriel, and our panel of reactors, Sir Herson and Ma'am Nerissa, to open their camera. Okay, so again, to all our viewers and participants, in each platform, this is your chance to ask questions, share your insights, or raise any points you'd like to discuss regarding the topic shared. So we encourage you to be active, as this space this is a space for collaboration and learning. Okay, so let's see, meron na ba tayong mga questions? So I think we have questions coming in. So we have our first question. So this is okay, so is it okay to merge QA or quality assurance and quality control? So I think this is for Ma'am Tina. So Ma'am Tina, can you answer this question? Thank you. Thank you, Ma'am.
Thank you, Ma'am She, for that question. So yes, it can be merged. QA and QC can be merged, especially in smaller organizations. It will be better to separate, but then it will still depend on the size. So for smaller industries, it is okay as long as the team knows exactly each role and each core functions. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Tina, for that answer. So I hope it answers the question. And also next, we have this one. So if we were part of the QA team, so how would you use sensory evaluation to ensure food safety and product consistency? So I think the question is for Sir Noriel. Yes, Sir Noriel. Okay. So let me repeat the question. Okay. So the question is, if you were part of the QA team, how would you use sensory evaluation to ensure food safety and product consistency? Thank you po.
So if I am part of the QA team, so if I will speak in behalf no of the team, so we need to use sensory evaluation to regularly check no the appearance, the aroma, the taste, as well as the texture of our product against the established quality standards. So I think every one of us in the food industry, we have this established no quality parameters of our product. So we need to determine what is the specifics standards, no, based on the aroma, the taste, as well as the texture, no, of our product. So this will help us identify deviations that may indicate issues such as spoilage, contamination, or changes in the formulation. So by integrating sensory testing into our routine quality checks, so we can ensure that the products are there is a consistency in the product. We can detect defect, no, early, and maintain consumers trust both in safety as well as in quality.
Okay, so there you have it. Ano, thank you, Sir Noriel, for that very well explained answer to this question. Okay, so you have to integrate, okay, the sensory evaluation to your routines in the QA activities. So another question here, what constitutes the interconnection of functions of QA and QC? So I think this is a question for Ma'am Neri.
Yeah, thank you, Share, and thank you for that question. And QC and QC role function, as discussed earlier, no, are interconnected and they complement each other. So number one, yung strong early detection supports smoother and real-time correction. And this opens opportunities for validation, method validation, process validation, and even corrective action, which makes continuous improvement or processes more effective. So thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Neri, for that answer. So another question, so how do you handle inconsistencies when one batch doesn't meet sensory expectations? So I think this question is for Sir Rehearsal.
Thank you, Ma'am She, for that question. So in that case, if one batch of bread or product is inconsistent with the sensory expectation, so the batch will be isolated and it will be reviewed against set standards. Then afterwards, we investigate the possible root cause of such inconsistencies, like probably ingredient variation, equipment calibration, or process deviation. So if we found out that the defects is cannot be repaired, then the product will be rejected to avoid the customers dissatisfaction. And siguro pinaka-ano dito, the key is to trace the root cause and implement corrective actions to prevent recurrence of that deviation. So thank you, Ma'am She. I hope I answered that question.
Okay, so thank you, Sir. No? So sabi ni Sir, you have to know the root cause. Okay, tapos connect mo with what happening, okay? Or the problem, or the inconsistency. And another question coming in, what factors should be considered when selecting people in a sensory panel? So I think this is for Sir Noriel again.
Thank you for that question, Ma'am She. No, so as what I have said earlier, no, just to summarize everything, when we do or when we select panelists, no, we need to consider several factors. Number one here is the health and the sensory acuity of the person. No, so participants should have no impairment in taste, no smell, or even in vision. So we also need to consider the availability and reliability of the panelists, no? So panelists must be consistent in the attendance and their commitments. That is why prior in conducting or in doing the sensory testing, we need to ensure that the panelists will provide us their commitment that they will participate, no, in the sensory evaluation and sensory testing, and of course, no, the interest as well as the motivation of the panelists. So their willingness to learn, no, as well as what I have said earlier, to participate actively in the sensory sessions, no. Also the sensitivity to flavors and aroma, which is very very important, no. So their ability to detect differences in the food products, no? And of course, lastly, the lack of bias, no? Yung sa mga errors kanina. So panelists should be objective and free from likes or dislikes that could affect the results. So thank you, Ma'am She.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that answer. Ano. So the next question, what are the benefits of better integration of quality assurance and quality control? So I think this is for our first speaker today, Ma'am Tina.
Thank you, Ma'am She, for that question. For better integration, this helps catch problems earlier and prevents it from happening again. So we can produce better quality products, there can be smoother teamwork, and faster and more efficient production. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope that answers your question. So okay, let's accommodate last two questions. So another, what advice would you give to bakeries with limited resources? So ito, ano siya, you can rely on this. Resources to strengthen quality assurance and quality control through sensory evaluation. And I think this question is for Sir Herson again.
Thank you, Ma'am She. Medyo nakakakaba naman tong question and answer. So, siguro if bakeries have limited resources or other manufacturing companies have limited resources, they can also start developing or strengthening the QA and QC through sensory evaluation. Siguro they can just develop small sensory checklists for key attributes like color, texture, aroma, or taste. Then they can also train their existing staff, so not necessarily galing sa outside, to recognize defects, which is more cost effective than relying on lab tests. So siguro regular taste panels with the production staff or even store employees can also provide valuable insights. So most importantly, dapat yung sensory, let's make sensory evaluation a part of our daily routine sa production so it becomes a culture of quality. So wag natin isipin na extra step yung sensory evaluation. So I hope I answered that question. So thank you, Ma'am She.
Okay, again, thank you, Sir Son, for that answer. And another question, so what other cross-functional departments in an organization can QA collaborate with sensory evaluation? So what other functional departments in an organization can QA collaborate with sensory evaluation? And I think this is for Ma'am Mary.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that question. And of course, from the product ideation pa lang, no, QA and QC, been working, should be working with other departments like marketing, R&D. In some other companies, no, like Mary Grace, we do have two departments of R&D. One is the formula department, R&D formulation. We have the R&D technology. And of course, of course, the production, the operations, they should be working closely together, and to ensure product consistency. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so there you have it. Ano? So yung that's been a truly engaging discussion for our major speakers and panel of reactants. So thank you everyone who shared their thoughts in this question and answer portion. But for those of you still thinking of questions, still feel free to keep typing them in our YouTube comment section and also in the Zoom link. If you don't get to all of them today, so we'll make sure to follow up via email after the webinar. So we will collate all the questions in the YouTube comment section and the Zoom link, and then we'll answer those questions and then email it back to you with our tip. So again, thank you for that engaging discussion. So by this time, if you have attended and evaluated yesterday's session, you have already received 5 certificates for each session. So, marami na akong na-receive na feedback din, that the participants yesterday already received their certificate. So, ganun tayo kabilis magbigay ng certificate, So, if you attended the 5 sessions yesterday, you already have your 5 certificates with you. So, alam ko na gusto nyo pa ng isa. Okay? So, sabi nga, natuto ka na, in this webinar, may certificate ka pa. So, for our YouTube Live participants and our Zoom platform participants, don't forget to fill out the session's evaluation form by scanning the QR code flash on the screen, which will help us improve future events. So, the A-certificate will be issued, hindi nga within 24 hours, but siguro within the day. Okay? It was already sent to those who completed the evaluation link yesterday. And submission and the evaluation, be reminded that the evaluation link will be open until 12:30 or 1:30 after this evaluation is posted. So make sure to scan it now, and please, reminder lang po, make sure to put your correct email address so that you will able to receive your certificate. Okay? So para wala po tayong maging problem. Sayang kasi kung umattend ka, nakinig ka talagang tutok ka, sayang naman yung certificate. So para may proof na ikaw ay umattend at natuto sa mga topics natin. Okay. So for the awarding of our certificates, so while you are evaluating, so kaka-flash natin ng evaluation link. So while evaluating and before concluding today's event, we would like to take a moment to recognize and express our appreciation for the incredible contributions made by our resource speakers to mastering food safety management and food safety. So they have shared their valuable knowledge, insights, and expertise, and we are truly grateful for their time and effort in making this event a success. So now to present the certificate appreciation to our resource speakers, I would like to call on Dr. Ligaya Braganza, the Program Chair of School of Food Science and Technology of Philippine Women's University, to award the certificates and to take a commemorative photo with our resource speakers.
Okay. Good
Morning,
morning. Good morning. Before I give the certificates, I would like to express my gratitude to your two professors, Miss Lorelia and Miss Alcazabas, and also to every one of you who made this very successful. And I was amazed by your presentations. Okay, so can you have the sample of? Can I have the certificates? Okay, so the first one is the the Philippine Women's University School of Food Science and Technology certificate of appreciation is proudly presented to first was Christina Paler, in recognition of her valuable expertise and contribution as a source speaker during the webinar series, Quality and Safety Alliance in the Dynamic Foodscape. Okay, for Ms. Paner is QA/QC, bridging the gap between QA and QC and their functional responsibilities in modern manufacturing system. Given the third day of October 2025 at the Philippine Women's University. Signed by yours truly. Congratulations, Tina. Next, we have this certificate of appreciation is proudly presented to Mr. Noriel Soriano in recognition of his valuable expertise and contribution as a source speaker during the webinar series, Quality and Safety Alliance in a Dynamic Foodscape. His topic is on characteristics and role of sensory testing evaluation in the food industry. Given the third day of October 2025 at the Philippine Women's University, Manila, Philippines. Signed by yours truly. Congratulations, Noriel. Next, we have Certificate of Appreciation is proudly presented to Peherson Acosta in recognition of his valuable expertise and contribution as resource speaker during the webinar series Quality and Safety Alliance in the Dynamic Foodscape. His topic is strengthening of QA/QC through sensory evaluation in the food industry, given this third day of October 2025 at the Philippine Women's University. Signed, yours truly. And last but not the least, we have Certificate of Appreciation is proudly presented to Ms. Nerissa Baldimore in recognition of her valuable expertise and contribution as resource speaker during the webinar series Quality and Safety Alliance in Dynamic Foodscape, with the topic is strengthening QA/QC through sensory evaluation in the food industry, given this third day of October 2025 at the Philippine Women's University. Signed, yours truly. Congratulations, everyone.
Okay, so again, once again, thank you to all our speakers for your valuable insights. So your contributions have truly enriched this event, and we are so grateful for your time and knowledge. So let's give them all another big round of a virtual applause. So let's also give a round of virtual applause to all our professors in the School of Food Science and Technology, headed by the program chair, Professor Ligaya Braganza. Can you please turn on your camera, ma'am? Also to our hardworking professors, Professor Rosalinda Lorilla and Professor Maria Divina Alcazabas. Please turn on po your camera for acknowledgement. And to all our professors, thank you for your guidance in the preparations we have done. And to all my co-students in the Masters of Food Safety Management and Masters of Food Science, kudos to all of us. So thank you po, and congratulations again to every one of us. So before we end our two-day webinar session on Quality and Safety Alliance in a Dynamic Foodscape, Strategic Approaches to Quality and Safety in a Challenging World, I would like, we will have the closing remarks from Mr. Alfredo Benitez Reyes, PWU VP for External Affairs. So I think this is through a video.
As we draw to a close, on behalf of the PWU Community, Board of Trustees, and the School of Food Science and Technology, I would like to express our gratitude to all the speakers, panelists, and participants for your time, insights, and interaction. Over the course of the webinar sessions, we gained valuable knowledge on building a strong food safety culture, emerging food safety risks, regulatory compliance, innovation in food production, labeling, and much more. These insights are crucial in strengthening our food systems for resilience, sustainability, and consumer trust. What is our call to action? 1, let us carry today's learnings into our own roles, whether as educators, students, entrepreneurs, or professionals. 2, let us continue to promote a culture of food safety, scientific and numbers-based thinking, and ethical responsibility. Through initiatives like this, PWU reaffirms its mission to lead through education, public service, and real-world impact. We appreciate the contributions of our partner institutions, industry professionals, and government agencies. Also, a very special thanks to our organizing team led by Dr. Braganza, Dr. Bondal, and other faculty members of the department. The moderators, the technical support behind the scenes. A lot of hard work went into producing this event, but the results are worth it. We are proud to be a part of the ongoing dialogue on food safety and quality in the Philippines. And we hope to see you in our future events and training. Thank you and have a great day.
Okay, so thank you, Sir Alfredo Benitez Reyes, PWU BP for External Affairs, for your closing remarks. But again, before we end this session, so sino yung gusto pang manalo ulit? Just like yesterday, ano? So sino ulit gustong manalo ng pang-load or pang-Starbucks? Pwedeng pang-Starbucks yung premyo, ano? So can I get a thumbs up reaction or you can type ako to in the chat box sa ating YouTube live. Kaya tong pang Starbucks yung pa-premyo natin, ano? So, okay, thank you for those reactions, ano? So, excited na ba kayo? Thank you for those responses. So, now it's time to test your knowledge and have some fun. We will be playing again, Kahoot game, but this time related to the webinar topics we have heard this morning. So I hope you all have your notes with you so you can win our exciting prize. So our top 3 winners will have again 200 pesos just like yesterday. So here are our game masters, Ma'am Jaya Mariel Del Valle and Sir Christian De Leon.
Alright, thank you so much, Ma'am Sha. So allow me po to share my screen for this Kahoot game. So just give me a moment po here.
Okay, good morning everyone. While we wait po sa share screen ni Sir Christian. Ayan. So again, good morning everyone. Before we officially close our session this morning, let's energize ourselves with something fun. So today, our Kahoot game consists of both yesterday and today's session. So to get our brains working and to make sure you still remember what you have learned, we would like to encourage everyone to get their phones or tablets or even your laptops to join our game this morning.
Alright, so again guys, for you to be able to join our game for today, no? So you need to basically go to the kahoot.it, so that's kahoot.it on your browser, or you can basically scan the QR code shown on the screen, or you can also enter the game pin. So we do have here the 273022 that you see on your screen. And again guys, that please type your name and always take note on this one guys. So please keep your name appropriate and identifiable so we could verify the appropriate winners.
So alright, let's wait for a few more minutes while everyone is still joining in. So I see some familiar names popping up already. So please be reminded to use your actual name when joining our team. So this is how we will verify your identity for the prizes later on. So if you use random nicknames and you make it into the top 3, we are sorry but we will not be able to give your prizes, as we need to confirm or verify your identity. So
Okay, so that's correct, Ma'am Jaya, no? So again, we are encouraging everyone to please join our game this morning. So everyone is included. So may it be our participating students from different schools or universities. So may it be our MSMEs, partners from private or public sectors from different regions. So please feel free to join us with this little fun game.
So by the way, our top 3 winners will each receive 200 pesos. So why not give it a try, right? So think of this as an early bonus challenge for today. So let's see how many participants we've got, Sir Christian.
As I can see here, Ma'am Jaya, we do already have 60 or 61 participant in our game.
All right, you may also share it with your classmates, colleagues, and friends. So it is open for everyone. So let's wait some more minutes.
Mhm. So I guess at exactly 11:35, Ma'am Jaya, we can start our game. Because I guess we have a 20 questions prepared for them. Okay. So since it's already 11:35, guys, I'll be now starting the games. All right. So brace yourself and be ready for the 20 questions. So let us start now the Kahoot challenge.
Okay. For our first question, who conducts internal audits and review of systems and process? So A, management, B, quality assurance team, C, production team, D, none of the above. So you have 7 seconds left. All right, majority of you got the correct answer, which is B, quality assurance team. So, okay, we have Sir Sonyo Sabehon for the top 1 placer. Next question po. Why is sensory evaluation is the perfect complement for QC or QA? A, it makes QC, QA an easy job. B, it makes customers satisfied. C, it includes a human perspective. Or D, it makes the bakery products more consistent. All right, our correct answer is letter C. It includes a human perspective. So only 14 participants got the correct answer. So coming up with top 1 is Ma'am Bernadette with 1,866 points. So for other players, hurry up and catch up. We have more questions left. Next, who conducts product testing to ensure it meets product specifications? A, production team, B, management, C, quality assurance team, or D, quality control team? All right, our correct answer is D, quality control team. So let's see our leaderboard. Our top player is still Ma'am Bernadette, followed by Ma'am Ann Esponilla and Sir Alejandro Loon. For our fourth question, quality is not only measured, it is also blank. A, experienced, B, assessed, C, evaluated, or D, improved. So 8 seconds left. All right, our correct answer is letter A, experienced. So only 26 participants got the correct answer. So snatching the top 1 is Sir Melvin Kinneri, having 3,544 points, followed by Sir Alejandro Loon, having 3,219 points. So we have more questions left, so everyone can still snatch your places. Next question. QC is more product focused. Is it true or false? All right, majority of you got the correct answer. So QC is more product focused. So this is true. So let's see the leaderboard. Okay. We still have Sir Melvin Kinneri for top 1. Next. So remember, the faster you answer, the higher the points you can get. So for our 6th question, in a standard manufacturing setup, QA conducts the physico-chemical analysis of in-process batches. Is the statement true or false? All right, our correct answer is false. So only 22 participants got the correct answer. Okay, snatching the top 1 is okay. So again, please be reminded po to use your actual name so you can get our prize later. For our 7th question, blank enables individuals to take appropriate responsibility for food safety related decisions and their consequences. So A, accountability, B, awareness, C, adaptability, or D, consistency. 6 seconds left. All right, majority of you got the correct answer. So the correct answer is letter A, accountability. So for other players, hurry up and catch up. Remaining on the top place. Okay, nice. So Ma'am Bernadette M is back with an answer streak of 3. So you can still catch up with the top 3. Next, for the 8th question, the following are examples of positive reinforcement of building a strong food safety culture, except A, rewards, B, moral obligation, C, recognition, or D, celebrate milestone. All right, our correct answer is B, moral obligation. Okay, snatching the top 1 is Sir Alejandro Loon, having 6,573. So remember again, the faster you answer, the higher the points you can get. Next question. Why is quality control important in sensory evaluation? A, to make marketing decisions. B, to manage financial budgets. C, to guarantee consistent and reliable sensory testing results. Or D, to replace consumer accepting testing. Okay, the correct answer is letter C, to guarantee consistent and reliable sensory testing results. So very good. Okay, next question. For our 10th question, which document is often required by QA or QC during sensory evaluation to ensure traceability? So A, company logo file, B, employee attendance sheet, C, sales and marketing plan, or D, sensory evaluation score sheets and records. All right, majority of you again answered the correct answer, which is letter D, sensory evaluation score sheets and records. So let's see again the leaderboard. Okay, our top players are still the same. So Sir Matt Nofuente is back with an answer streak of 3. So everyone can still hurry up and catch up to snatch
All
the top 3 places.
All right. So before we proceed to our 11th question, no, so don't worry if you are not on the leaderboard yet, but there's still a time to catch up. So always remember accuracy and speed both counts, okay? So let's proceed to our 11th question. So what temperature should food be reheated in order to ensure safety? Is it A, 70 degrees Celsius, B, 65 degrees Celsius, C, 60 degrees Celsius, or D, 75 degrees Celsius? So you still have 8 seconds to answer. So hurry up, guys. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is letter D. It's 75 degrees Celsius. And as I can see here, 18 people got the correct answer, or 18 participants got the correct answer. And let's check with our leaderboard. On remaining for the top spot, we do have here, again, guys, please make sure to your name should be appropriate so that later on we can verify if for the prices we can give it to the rightful owner. Okay. So moving on to the next question for the question 12. So food that has been left uncovered for hours can still be considered safe if reheated properly. Is that true or false? All right, so the correct answer is false. And as I can see here, 47 participants got the correct answer. Okay. So as we can see for the leaderboard, 3 participants just hit answers trick 4. So that's great. So moving on to our next question. For the question 13, so which of the following is the common GMP violation related to personal hygiene? Is it A, wearing hairnets and gloves, B, washing hands before handling food, C, handling food and money at the same time, or D, using separate utensils for raw and cooked food? Okay. All right, so the correct answer is letter C. It's handling food and money at the same time. And 41 got the correct answer. Okay, so let's check again with our leaderboard. So remaining on the top spot or top one, we do have here 70 with the 11,084 points. And as I can see here as well, 3 in a row by Ali Deo Careza P is back in the game. Okay, so moving on to our next question for 14. Belong are the critical component of any food safety culture. Is it A, method, B, machine, C, environment, or D, people? Okay, so make sure guys to answer as fast as you can. All right, so the correct answer here is letter D, people, and majority of you guys got the correct answer. Okay, and let's check again with our leaderboard. So remaining on the top spot, we do have here 7D with an 11,969 points. And for the other players, please try to catch up. Or okay, so moving on to our next question for the 15 or number 15, which of the following is an example of poor storage practice? Is it A, storing meat in the freezer at the correct temperature, B, placing sacks of rice directly on the floor, or C, using first in first out method, or D, separating raw chicken from cooked chicken? Okay, all right, so the correct answer for this question is B, placing sacks for rice directly on the floor. And as I can see here, 56 participants got the correct answer. Okay, and oh, that's great. 3 in a row by Gracie is back on the game. Okay, so moving on to our 16th question. So all are dimensions and critical components of food safety culture, except, is it A, people, B, adaptability, C, company, and D, vision and mission? So you have still 10 seconds to answer the question. All right, so as I can see here, the correct answer is letter D, and only 18 participants got the correct answer. Okay, so let's see again our leaderboard. So remaining on our top spot, we have 7D with 12,841 points. And as I can see here, Melvin Kinnery is on the second spot with the 12,455 score, okay, or points. And very good to Wilner Butler is back on the game as well. So moving on to our 17th question. So how does climate change impact fisheries? Is it A, rising ocean temperature increases the harmful algal blooms? B, ocean warming decreases seafood safety risk? C, acidification improves shellfish growth? Or D, climate change eliminates red tide outbreaks? Okay, so the correct answer here is letter A. It is the rising ocean temperature increase harmful algal blooms. So as I can see, majority of you guys got the correct answer. Okay, so let's check again with our leaderboard. So remaining on our top spot, we do have here 7D with 13,711 points. And nice for Leonard Alsola is back with an answer straight of 3. Okay. And moving on to our 18th question. So which of the following is an effect of rising carbon dioxide level on staple crops like rice and wheat? Is it A, increased protein, iron, zinc content, B, reduced protein, iron, and zinc content, or C, enhanced resistance to pests and diseases, or D, it longer storage life of grains? All right, so the correct answer is letter B. It reduced protein, iron, and zinc content. And as I can see here, 37 participants got the correct answer. Okay. All right, so remaining on our top spot or top one, we do have again 7D with 14,542 points. And as I can see here as well, Melvin Kennery has the highest answer streak of 11. So for the other players, please try to catch up as we move on to our 19th question. So what are the 4 stages in the resilient food system cycle? Is it A, growth, expansion, decline, renewal, B, shock, adaptation, recovery, stability, C, input, process, output, feedback, or D, climate, soil, water, harvest? All right, so as I can see here, the correct answer is letter B. It's shock, adaptation, recovery, stability, and only 21 of you guys got the correct answer. All right. So let's check again with our leaderboard. All right. So as I can see here, Melvin Kennery is in our top spot with an points of 15,143 points. And for the other players, as we move on to our last question, this one could change everything. So stay sharp and give it your best. Okay, so diversification in food system can include A, planting rice and corn, B, combining crops, livestock, aquaculture, and alternative proteins, C, importing more processed foods, or D, importing more processed food. Sorry, I guess we have a difficult, a technical problem with the questions, but the correct answer here is letter B. It combining crops, livestock, aquaculture, and alternative protein. As I can see here, most of you guys or majority of you guys got the correct answer. Okay. And partner, are you still there, Ma'am Jaya? To announce the winners?
And now the moment we have all been waiting for, the winners. So claiming the third spot, we have Ma'am Joy with 14,373 points. And then our second placer, give it up for 7D. And for securing the top one of this Kahoot game is none other than Sir Melvin Kinnery with a total of 16,081 points.
So great job to everyone. And again, guys, thank you for joining and bringing the energy up to this morning. So again, for our winners, kindly send us a message in the PWU Facebook page with your name and screenshot, of course, of your Kahoot ranking and points. So make sure to double check your details so our team can verify and make sure the prizes goes to the rightful winners.
So again, congratulations again to our winners. You can also type your full name when messaging po our FB page. And now, thank you po everyone for joining our Kahoot Challenge this morning. I will now return the floor to our moderator, Ma'am Sherilyn Aguilera. Ma'am She.
Okay, so great job everyone. Okay, so that was fun, wasn't it? Okay, so let's give a round of applause to our top scorers. Okay, so si Sir Melvin, 7D, and Ma'am Joy. So please again be reminded to please type your full name kahit po sa ating YouTube comment. Okay, para po ma-verify namin yung inyong name and sa ating registration info. Okay, para po sa inyong prices. So, sayang yung 200. Sabi ko kanina, pwedeng pang load, pwedeng pang Starbucks yun. Meron kaping less than 200. Okay, so anyway, let's give round of applause to our top scorers. So, to everyone who has joined us in this 2-day webinar, truly, it's been a pleasure to have you here, and we hope you've learned something valuable that you can take with you. Thank you to our speakers, to our volunteers, and all who made today's possible. Your support is greatly appreciated. And lastly, let us thank God for giving us guidance and provisions for this 2-day webinar. So let us remember, as said in Ecclesiastes 9 verse 10, that in whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. And in Colossians 3 verse 23, whatsoever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord. So let's continue to stay connected and keep the spirit of learning alive. Let us all be accountable and responsible in ensuring the quality and safety of the food we eat. And again, don't forget to submit your evaluation for this session. Again, make sure to input the right email address for you to receive your evaluation. Your certificate. And for those who did not receive their certificate yesterday, yung mga nagsagot po ng evaluation link yesterday, so your certificate will be resent through your email, manually email to you by our team. So no need to answer again the evaluation. So ipapadala na lang po namin siya ulit through the email na binigay nyo. Basta importante po, tama yung email na binigay nyo sa amin so that we can send it to the right person. So again, thank you everyone, and we hope to see you at our next event. Stay safe and take care. Good morning.